And while you're going there, I will say, hello, everyone.
Oh,
Welcome to the Stream Void Podcast, episode 113.
wow.
That's right.
Crazy.
The 113th episode of the Stream Void Podcast.
That's a lot, actually.
That is a lot. It's surprising an amount.
That's
A
crazy.
surprising amount.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I am Mikey T, and of course, across from me is Curb Stomped.
Yes.
You can find us everywhere under our respected monikers.
Mm-hmm.
It is Sunday,
Yes.
January the 22nd, 2023.
It is
That's right.
All day.
The 2000th and 23rd year of the record keeping.
of the record keeping.
Yeah,
I think
well,
there was records before then too.
Yes. But this is we're in the modern calendar now.
The year of our Lord, you
The
mean?
year of our Lord.
Yes.
2023. And you are listening to the Stream Void Podcast. This is a show about life and video games and, everything in between.
Yes.
So I'll ask you, sir, how was your week?
My week was pretty fine, I guess. I did a lot of working at the warehouse, so that was cool. Rearranging boxes of shirts.
Ooh, shirt boxes. Still in the shirt
8 hours
boxes.
a day. I mean, it's done now. I finished it. But, yeah, it was a lot of work fixing all the fuck-ups that everybody did,
Beautiful.
basically. So it's all better now anyways. And, did some work at the office as well, but nothing too crazy. Just the usual baloney.
Ah, baloney.
Being annoyed. My main thing right now is like, I'm out of the office doing the warehouse stuff. So sometimes the ordering gets whatever I do ordering, it gets delayed a day. So the woman will like in the office, she'll like run the actual order, see that there's an order that could potentially be sent in. And rather than actually doing it, she'll just be like, oh, I looked at this and it looks like it's high enough to do an order. It's like, well, you were there. Why didn't you just fucking finish it off? So I'm just like, whatever you say. And then I'll just do it when I feel like it. So just annoying that way. Just super annoying.
Yes.
Other than that, played Phoenix Wright on stream last night. Played the Family Feud. We were going to play co-op versus me and Master of None on stream, but it wouldn't connect to Nintendo. Like Nintendo
wouldn't
Online.
connect to Nintendo at
Neither
all.
of us could connect, right?
Huh.
So we couldn't play against each other. So I saw there was like a Twitch mode. So I was like, oh, what's this Twitch mode all about? It's actually pretty fun where the game asks you a question, you put in your answer, and then the chat has to guess what your answer will be. And if they get it right, they get $1.
Oh.
$1 in air
$1,
quotes.
yep.
And it keeps track of everybody's scores. So it's pretty fun. And I had to tell people, like, after a while, like, because some of the answers, I was like, you have to say what I would say, not like what you think the best answer would be. Because people be saying shit, and I'd be like, I would never say that.
Do you know me?
Yeah, once it got to that part, it was like the answers came a little better anyways. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. Surprisingly fun.
Nice.
So, yeah. Kind of sucked we couldn't play versus each other because that's a lot of fun, but
Yeah.
whatever. And, I mean, the only other thing I did is I watched an episode of Velma. Have you heard of Velma?
You were telling me about Velma.
It's just like a version of Scooby-Doo with no Scooby-Doo in it or Shaggy.
Oh, no. Maybe it was Ripsick who was telling me about Velma.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's got Mindy Kaling in it as Velma. And then, like, I don't know, like, what's the other character's name? Like, there's Freddy, and then there's Scooby. What's the other woman's name? I can't remember.
No, I can't remember either.
Daphne. Anyways, they're not all friends in this show. Like, Daphne's like a bit of a stuck-up, like, cooler. She's cooler than Velma, obviously, so they're not really friends anymore. And then, like, Freddy is like, I only watched the first episode. Like, I know how it ends up. Like, Freddy's a bad guy or whatever. But, he's just like a nerd. No, he's not. He's a popular guy, but, you know.
For all the wrong reasons?
Well, no. They're like, why haven't you had sex with Daphne yet? And he still hasn't gone through puberty yet. And then people are getting murdered and their brains are getting scooped out. And, you know, Velma's parents are separated and Velma blames herself for her mom leaving. She also has like mental problems where she sees hallucinations of her being attacked by like demonic tentacles or something. Anyways, there's a lot of people complaining about it online
Yeah.
because it's not like Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
And it's like Velma is like, I don't know, some of her jokes are just like, oh, well, you know. I mean, the way they're breaking it down online is like white people bad. And it's like, I watched it and I was like, that's not really what the show is all about. I thought it was, I didn't like it or dislike it. I was like, that was a show that I watched one episode of and I'm not going to watch anymore.
I was kind of thinking it was like how they did Riverdale.
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah.
It's like Riverdale, like an alternate take of the characters. But
Yeah.
because it's like Velma's like, I don't know what Mindy Kaling is. She's Pakistani or Indian or something like that. I'm not sure. Velma is like not a white girl anymore, like she was in the cartoon.
Yeah. Yeah.
So people are not liking that because it's like a woman, a brown woman. It was just like whatever. It was interesting to watch, but I won't watch anymore because it did nothing for me, but it didn't offend me, really. But people like to complain again, where I think they haven't even watched it. They just hear other people complaining, so they complain about it. It's like the Reddit like loop. When you see a post on, you see a meme on Reddit, so then you get pissed off and you make your own meme on Reddit, and it's like a self-fulfilling cycle of baloney.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Both her parents are Indian, so she's
okay. Yeah. So she's Indian in the show. Her dad's Indian. Her dad has a new girlfriend who's pregnant, and you know, whatever. It was a show that I watched, and I won't watch another episode, and I'll continue on with my life, and I won't worry about it. Basically. Yeah. People are getting all upset about it. It's kind of like the way people are upset with She-Hulk, basically. Whereas I actually enjoyed She-Hulk. Whereas Velma, I'm just like, I don't care about it, so it doesn't matter to me. So I would say if you want, watch an episode. It's on Crave, so you can watch it here. I didn't watch it on Crave, so
I don't think I will watch it at all. But that's
I mean, it's only 20 minutes, so it's like something you can just be like, yeah, okay, I know what people are talking about, but I'm not going to force you to watch it or anything.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not going to anyway. It's just I just don't have any interest in it. It's just not.
I just wanted to see. I'm reading about all this shit on Reddit about people complaining about it, and I'm like, okay, like I wonder what's going on here. Yeah. So then I watched it, and I just was like, whatever.
Yeah, there you go.
It's all blown out of proportion. It's like people not watching it. So.
As per usual.
Yeah, pretty much. So, whatever. And did I say I played Phoenix Wright?
Yes, you did.
Okay. Well, I mustn't have said too much about
You did not say very much about it. You said I played it on stream, and that was
I bought it on the Xbox One, and I played the first, court case. Well, the first one's a tutorial, then the second one's the real first one.
Yeah.
It's totally... I've played it before. Like, I beat it. I have it on DS. Yeah. But I beat that, like, 10 years ago. Like, I don't remember it or whatever. And it's totally like a adventure game where if you don't do it in the exact way they want it to, it'll be like, no, sorry.
You fail.
Basically, and you can lose... You actually, like, the game is over.
Oh, game over, yeah.
So, in this one, you have to present your evidence that contradicts what they're saying, right? But they say it... They'll have their testimony, and there'll be, like, 5 different, like, sections of text.
Yeah.
And they may contradict themselves in this first section, but you actually have to challenge them on the last section. So if you challenge them on the first section, it'll be like, no, that has no relevance to the case. But if you present your evidence on the last thing they say, then it'll be like, oh, you got them. That's correct. So if you don't present the evidence they exactly want you to do, even though another piece of evidence would contradict something else they said, sorry, you can't continue. Doesn't work. So I was found guilty one time. But then I pulled it out.
Oh, yeah?
I won.
Nice.
So I had to reload and redo a bunch because that's the way the game works. But yeah, I got it figured out anyways.
I did not think that that's how those kind of games would go. That it would be, you would have to do it as in the certain steps to get to progress the game at all.
Yeah, you totally do. Because you'll have to, like, there's different options. You can present your evidence, you can listen to the testimony, or you can press their testimony. So the first thing was like, I had a piece of evidence that said, okay, for example, the murder was committed with 1 hit to the head, right? So the guy testifies and said like, oh, I saw you hit him 2 times. So I'm like, okay, well, there it is. I have it in the autopsy. They were hit once. So I present the evidence, and they're like, "No, sorry, that doesn't do it right." So I'm like, "What did I do wrong here?" So then I press the guy, and he's like, "Oh, I said that wrong. Sorry, this is my actual testimony." And then he changes his testimony, and then you can present your evidence on his new testimony. And then it works. And I was like, oh, that's kind of bummy.
That is super bummy.
So
it's like, oh, I have evidence that says you only hit him once. And then he changes the story. Like,
yeah, and that happens a lot too. That happens a lot too,
Yeah.
where it'll be like, I present the evidence and it'll be like, sorry, that doesn't line up. You said you were there at 9 and found her body, but she didn't die till 1 because the power was out. And I have evidence that the power was out. So you're wrong. And he's like, oh, you're right. You got me. And then the prosecutor would be like, you have the old version of the autopsy. Here's the new version. And it's like, okay, I think that's illegal. You have to present all your evidence to the defender. But I mean, it's like in a fake court of Japan. So they make their own rules. They're to win the first case, we basically blackmailed the guy to admit that he did it. Otherwise, we were going to release this list of names of people he was blackmailing. And he's like, I did it. I killed her. Just don't release the list. And it's like, wow, I don't know if that's legal, but okay.
That's probably not.
Yeah.
They're going to release the list anyway.
No, they're not. They're not going to release it. So yeah, it's an interesting game anyways. I like it. I'm going to play through it. So
nice.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I did all week.
That's a good week.
I didn't do much else.
You did not.
Oh, besides us doing an adventure yesterday, but we'll talk about that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that before we talk about the show that we watched together, but apart.
Yes. It's okay. You can tell them we were holding hands.
I don't want to. It's embarrassing.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, my week.
Yeah.
I worked.
Okay.
Nothing too exciting. It was a fairly boring week other than our trip. Rip and I took a trip to Lytton and Lillooet and Ashcroft.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't actually go in Ashcroft, but we went to a gas station in Ashcroft.
Why?
I don't know. Have I talked about this gas station before? I probably have. It's an Esso. It's got a Tim Hortons. There's a KFC, apparently. I don't know. The sign says there's a KFC there, but I haven't seen one. But you go into this gas station, right? And the first thing that greets you is, food, chips, whatever.
Uh-huh.
But on the left, there's like Pokemon and card sleeves. And you're like, what's going on there? And then you go around to the back where, your ice creams are typically are, but that's the fridge with all the gurus in it, and I need to get my gurus.
Oh, yeah.
So you go back there, you grab a guru, and you spin around. All of a sudden, there's just board games and D&D
in an
and
Esso?
Warhammer and painting miniature supplies.
In an Esso?
In an Esso.
Why?
Just outside of Ashcroft.
That's weird.
I know, it doesn't make any sense. But sitting there is a copy of Legendary, which is Marvel's deck building card game, which is out of print.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, oh, okay, I'll grab this. And then Rip comes up and he's like, hey, look at this. And he holds another copy of Legendary, but this one has a expansion tape to the top.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, oh, I'll put this one back and grab that one. So I grabbed that one, wrung it out. Easy.
Okay.
Easy Legendary, which is out of print. And so now I'm looking at stuff on Legendary and start trying to see if it's actually out of print, and it is. But there's all kinds of expansions that have come out that are also out of print. And I'm like, oh.
What is Legendary?
These? That's just a Marvel deck building card game where you fight bad guys.
Can't you just play Marvel Snap? It's available right now.
You could play Marvel Snap. It is available right now, and that's probably. Nah, it's not similar. I don't know.
I'm sure it's not similar.
It's probably not. Yeah, rare board game, card game, just.
But why? Like, why? Did you want this or something?
Yeah, it was on my list of things that I wanted because we had played it like 10 years ago or whatever.
Okay.
And it was just out of print. Couldn't get it.
Okay.
Couldn't get it.
They've been sitting on that stock for 10 years, and they're finally, you come through the door, they're like, finally a sucker that'll buy this.
Exactly.
Crazy.
Bought it.
Nice.
Nailed it.
Nice.
Put out a vlog on Wednesday, of course.
Uh-huh.
Did I? Probably.
I don't know. You put them out every day, but it's like old and new, so who knows?
Yeah, the new one came out on Wednesday. New one's coming out today. I've got all the old ones out now.
Okay.
So it's all just going to be new ones, I think.
Okay.
Or there might be one old one still left to come out, and then I need to start transferring over all the shorts as well.
Oh, the shorties.
Yes, the shorties.
Okay.
Yeah. Pretty boring week other than that trip.
That's
but
okay.
Watch the vlog today if you want to see some of that trip. It's yeah, some stuff happened.
Okay.
On that, video games.
Uh-huh.
On Thursday, Epistory Typing Chronicles came out on Epic for free, and I was like, is this just a typing game? So I downloaded it, tried it out, and yes, it is just a typing game, but it's a Metroidvania style typing game. which is it's all like 2D kind of isometric viewpoints with like paper graphics.
So, like, do you control your character?
Yeah, you control your character. You move around with WASD, of course, and then when you want to type something, you hit space, and it brings up the typing thing.
And what do you type?
You can type a lot of stuff. So there'd be things blocking your path, and you just type that, and it'll clear the path.
Okay.
Or you can type flowers, different flowers to like make flowers grow. But then you go into a cave, and now there's enemies. So you got to like type to defeat the enemies. And
like, what do you type? Sword, and then you have a sword?
No, you type whatever it is that it's like descriptions of the enemy.
Oh, so it'll be like goblin, and you type in goblin?
But more descripting.
Goblin,
so like
with
green,
huge hogger, and then you type in goblin.
You type green, and then the next word might be something else.
Oh, yeah.
There haven't been any goblins. There's like eels and rats and like...
Okay.
And so the smaller enemies are only like 3-letter words.
Rat.
Bigger enemies.
And that's your attacks on it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Rat, sly, stuff like that. But then you can unlock different abilities, so you can type different words to like do other things. So in the cave, there are a bunch of fire thorns blocking your path, and until you unlock the fire ability, you can't get through there. So when you hit spacebar, those just come up as gibberish, and you can't do it. You can't type it. But once you get the fire ability, those come up as actual words like immolate or something like that. And so you got to type that out, and you can clear the paths.
That's weird.
Now that we're previously blocked.
Huh.
It looks cool. The narration's kind of okay-ish. Everything's narrated in the entire thing. It's okay-ish. It's not like super good.
Like narrated how? Like the adventurer walked into the cave and
yeah, kind of like that. The adventurer remembers this about her life, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
But you can unlock upgrades, so you can combo your words more, like you have longer between your combos to get higher score. You can make your wolf move faster, because you're riding a wolf.
Of course. As you do.
You can upgrade your wolf to sprint.
Of course.
And there's a bunch of other upgrades that I haven't seen yet.
Interesting.
Yes.
So you're enjoying it?
I mean, I enjoyed it the one day
Wait,
I played it.
Are you playing on the Steam Deck?
No, I'm playing it down here.
I was gonna say.
I was like waiting. I was waiting for a video to render, so I was just like, frig, I'll just pop this open and see what it's all about.
Okay.
And yeah, it was interesting.
All right.
It might be worth a play if you like typing.
I mean, typing. I'll take it or leave it. I don't like it and I don't dislike it.
Yeah. And then Myth Force.
Yeah,
I was watching a YouTuber, Dangerously Funny, because I like to watch Dangerously Funny because he's very monotone and easy to fall asleep to.
Okay.
But he starts playing this game called Myth Force. And I was like, oh, this game looks super cool. All the graphics are like hand-drawn 2D graphics in like an 80s cartoon style.
Well, for the intro, yeah, but not the gameplay.
Oh, yeah, gameplay is as well.
What? I watched the gameplay. It was like first person. It wasn't hand-drawn.
Yeah, it's first person.
It's not hand-drawn. They may be cel-shaded.
They may be cel-shaded.
They're not hand-drawn.
But they look like 80s cartoon.
Okay, maybe I'll agree to that.
On the inside of the game. So you're fighting skeletons and like mushroom people.
Yeah,
and it's a first-person hack and slash with roguelike. And it's all, well, not with roguelike, but it is roguelike. It's a 4-player. So you can have up to 4 people in there. I was just playing solo, but I'm going to be playing with Briscoe later on today. And then maybe one of the Mosh.
You purchased this game?
I have.
Oh,
it is in beta. It's only available on Epic.
Oh, Epic gave them the money. I hate Epic. What a bullshit company. Sorry, that's for...
Yeah, that's for you Epic haters out there. You know, just so we can seem relatable to you idiots.
Yes.
Yeah, so second game I've bought on, maybe third game I've bought on Epic.
Yeah, you bought Alan Wake and
Alan Wake,
Satisfactory, and I don't know what else would
that's
bought
it
on there.
I think,
and then Myth Force,
I've been in. It's yeah, it plays a little bit slow.
It definitely looks slow.
Yeah, you can't just you have hit points. You got mana points because there's spell casting, and you have stamina.
Yeah.
So, and that stamina runs out real quick.
Yeah. It looked like sorry.
You swing your mace like 3 times, and that's it. Your stamina's gone until you level up.
It looked like a really slow Borderlands.
It is fairly slow. It's fairly methodical. The enemies kind of just like when you go room to room and the enemies spawn in. The only problem is that enemies just seek you out instantly.
Oh yeah,
Like
They're
there's no reason to walk around the room unless you're trying to find like treasure and whatnot, because they all just heat seek onto you and try and kill you,
Oh yeah.
and that's it. It'd be nice if they were like the zones in the room that the enemies would stay, but no, they just try and all get at you and kill you. It's pretty cool. You have 4 weapon slots or shield slots, and you can pick up different weapons, upgrades, all that, rarities and all that kind of stuff. There's magic and bows and maces and great swords and all that kind of stuff. There are 4 characters, each with different abilities. So there's Victoria, who I've been playing, is the paladin knight kind of character.
Mm-hmm.
She's got a shield rush, just charges forward with her shield. She can throw her shield, and then she can do her ultimate ability, which gives her a golden mace and shield, which instantly knocks down people whenever you hit them, and it doesn't use stamina, I don't think, which is kind of nice. It's like a get out of jail free card.
The intro is more interesting than the game looked to me.
Yeah, the intro is absolutely fantastic. The intro has the great 80s cartoon music with great 80s cartoon intro.
I mean, yeah, it has that style, but the animation is way better than like,
100%
the animation from the 80s.
Yeah, it's like a cartoon movie versus a series.
Even then, like if you go back and watch like, I don't know, the Transformers movie, the animation is not that good.
Yeah, some of the scenes for sure.
Yeah.
There's some scenes in the Transformers movie where it's like super good, and then some scenes like, okay, you're just pulling it straight out of the series now.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm really liking my time with MythForce so far.
Mm-hmm.
It's very hard.
Mm-hmm.
I've only made it past the first floor once, and then I only make it a couple rooms into the second floor, and I just get absolutely murked.
So do you keep anything when you die?
You can take out gems, and then you can level up your character so that you can unlock variations of their abilities. So the shield throw for Victoria normally has just 3 bounces, but I've unlocked it so it now has 5 and can bounce off the same enemy twice.
Oh yeah.
And there's a whole bunch of other stuff. I can't really remember what they
so
are.
there is. So you buy those with your gems, basically.
Yeah. There is progression. Okay. Then you can unlock outfits and whatnot as well.
Okay.
$34 I think right now.
Outrageous.
Yeah, enjoying my time with it for sure.
That's cool.
Yeah. Other than that, that's it. We had a little outing. You and I yesterday.
We did.
Of course, if you're watching this live, you can see just 15 cans of luncheon meat in front of the camera here. And our Patreon exclusive video, patreon.com/StreamBoyPod, is coming up.
Yes.
We went out and we just filmed everywhere. We drove to many, many places trying to find all the various luncheon meats that we could find.
Yes. Selection not the best in Canada. I feel in America, you could probably go to Walmart and find 15 types of Spam.
Yeah, well, yeah. If you go on the website, the Spam website, there are that many kinds of Spam. You can buy the variety pack, but they don't ship it to Canada because it's not. Yeah. Some of those flavors are just, Well, they're just whatever. It's just Canada. Yeah, they're not approved for sale.
Well,
in Canada.
I don't. It's just like, yeah. I mean, yes, probably, but it's like, why bother getting them approved for sale in Canada? They're gonna sell 100 here. Yeah, it's not worth the effort.
Yeah, but yeah, you just can't. Like, I tried to order that pack from Spam directly, and they're like, "Oh, we can't ship to Canada." Yeah, I'm like, okay. You have to get a parcel forwarder in Washington State or something like that, or drive down to Seattle or something like that. Yeah. So we recorded video of us buying them all, just mic'd up in the store, walking around with a selfie stick like it's 2010 again. Yeah. Recording video for this. And then sometime, I don't know if next weekend or when, but we're going to record us trying them all, eating them raw, eating them cooked, doing a taste test, ranking them, seeing which one we like the most and like the least, et cetera, et cetera. So should be fun. Yeah, it's going to be a good time. We were going to borrow a kitchen from somebody, but I think that's just going to cause too many logistical issues. Yeah. So we're just going to film it in the basement, get a hot plate and a pan, put the green screen up, make it seem kitchen. Like we're in a kitchen. Yeah, exactly. I think that's just the way to do it. And go from there. Yeah. I think that's going to be the best way to do it. Should be good. So if you want to see that, patreon.com/StreamBoyPod. Yes. $1 a month. $1 a month.
Cool breeze blowing through your wallet.
Yeah, we had a guy. We were in the Save On.
Yes.
Just filming away.
Yep.
Stuck in a lineup.
Yep.
Not the last person in the lineup. Not like the second person.
Yeah,
Who's about
we're in
to
the
get to
middle.
deal. We're in the middle. And this kid comes up, and he's like, "Hey, I'll take you guys over here."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
Yeah.
VIP
Just
treatment.
VIP treatment.
Yeah. He rang us through, and I said that if we were real YouTubers with money, we would have slapped him a hundo.
Yeah.
Been like, thanks, homie, but we just gave him a respect instead.
Mad respect.
I don't
And
give him
he'll-
enough respect to remember his name, but
And he'll end up in the video for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so it was a good time, anyways.
Yes. Yeah. I
So look
had
for
a lot
that.
of fun.
We might release that for the everybody eventually, but right now Patreon exclusive.
Yeah, for sure. We recorded 22 gigs of 4K.
Yo, god damn, that's a lot.
Yeah, I pulled it. My phone was actually warning me that, hey, you're gonna run out of space. You got 20 minutes of footage left to record.
Wow.
I'm like, oh, okay.
Crazy.
So I pulled all of that off yesterday. Took a half an hour to
Holy
transfer it all.
crazy. Did the audio sound good?
I don't know. I haven't checked it.
Oh, okay. Alrighty.
I think it should sound fine.
Yeah, we hooked up my Rode mics to his cell phone and we're recording with the wireless lapels, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool beans.
Cool beans.